Welcome, replay viewers. This is Tim David, and this is the first Get Speaking Gigs live stream. It is a surprise live stream. I have not announced it to anyone. I have not sent any emails. I didn't expect to be doing a live stream today, but I got a great question via email that I want to address, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to reconnect after our little summer hiatus, a little summer break. And for me, schedules are just too crazy to keep any sort of consistency. And as you know, as we all know, with our marketing, with our business, one of the keys to success is staying consistent. So if you are watching this on the YouTube replay, I encourage you, I urge you, I implore you to go ahead and join the Facebook group. When you join the Facebook group, you will get, little notifications. I'll even post it in the chat window here so you can see where to go, where to click. And maybe even I'll put it in the description. But the Facebook group is a great sort of little community for us to stay in touch, even when, we're on a little summer hiatus. All right, so here's the question. The question is very simple. How is the Delta variant affecting live speaking gigs? How is the Delta variant affecting live speaking gigs? And this comes to me from Jesse D. And Jesse said that he had a gig last week, and it was his highest paying gig to this point. And he was very motivated by that high paying gig that he went and immediately called a ton of companies in his sort of target range. And they all came back with, we're not having events anymore due to COVID and this Delta variant. So he reached out and said, is that true? I'm hearing a lot of different mixed reports. I'm hearing a lot of conflicting reports, conflicting arguments, conflicting ideas on this, conflicting opinions on this topic. And I think that is a big part of the answer right there. So I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. I got to say this. The Delta variant is it's a real phenomenon. It's really happening, right? People, COVID, it really is a pandemic. I understand the reality of the situation, but I also want to speak a little bit of truth and a little bit of optimism into this reality. It matters very little on external circumstances and events if you are not actively seeking speaking engagements, if you are not actively creating a bookable offer, right? Right before the summer break, we talked about becoming highly bookable and what that means, and the 4 steps, the 4 Ds to becoming highly bookable. Decide on your topic, describe, come up with the marketing assets and the language to describe it in a clear, compelling, and concise way on what you're offering, and then develop and deliver. Those are the 4 Ds to becoming highly bookable. So if you are not highly bookable, it does not matter if there's a Delta variant, a Beta variant, a Iota variant, a Gamma variant, an Omega variant. It doesn't matter. Yes, there is a chance that the entire world shuts down again. And that is, again, that is reality. Once again, if you are not dealing with your own reality, then the external reality doesn't matter. So that's the first disclaimer. Is the Delta variant affecting the speaking industry? Well, it depends on you and how you are affecting the speaking industry. If you are bookable, if you are out there, if you're proactive, if you're marketing yourself. Listen, if you're sitting home and you've got into this COVID, isolation routine, and you're not out there and you're not promoting yourself and you're not investing in yourself, guess what? You're going to sort of impose your own little pandemic. You're going to impose your own little social distancing and lockdown and shutdown. So yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, for sure. There's what's going on in China and the economy. There's presidential elections here in the United States. There's pandemics. There's, global uncertainty in the environment, in finance, in politics, and yes, in the speaking industry. So I had a gig last week. Jesse had a gig last week. There are speakers out there who are making this business work. And here's my take on this, right? Whether or not I'm going to meet in person with clients, I'm still going to meet with them. I'm still going to speak to them, be it virtually or in some capacity. And I'm going to do it for a fee. We're going to partner with this. And the reason is because even when the times are hardest, right? Especially when the times are hardest, that's when people need the help the most. So this industry is one of the few that is least affected by economic downturn or, raging uncertainty in the global space. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is you're in charge. I think that's what I mean. At the end of the day, you get to create opportunity. It may take some creativity, may take some innovation, it may take some resiliency, and it may take some willingness to try and fail and move forward and do something new. So that is my first, coming back from summer vacation message for you. It is my rant for you. It is my hope for you that you can control the things that you hope to control the things that you can control. And when uncontrollable events happen, which, let's face it, 2020, it's pretty much an uncontrollable year, right? 2021, who knows what 2021 is going to bring. So the point is this: control what you can control. Help the people you can help. Serve the audiences and the industries that you can serve. And do not be afraid to step into serving people, not even when they're hurting, but especially when they're hurting. And there's value in that. I truly, truly believe there's value in that. And where there's value, there can even be some financial remuneration. Facebook user says, "Good morning, Tim. Great message. I'm going to email you an idea I have for a topic. I hope that's okay. I'd love your input. Would love it." I don't know who you are, Facebook user. There's a little thing that StreamYard allows me to tell you, to show you. And Facebook users, please visit StreamYard.com, blah, 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 blah. There it is, if you would like to have your beautiful name and faces displayed for all to see. Hey, part of my goal when creating this Get Speaking Gigs community is really to help people connect with one another as well, to create a community and not just to have me speak into a space. Hey, Mark, good. I know who you are for sure. Let's hear about the topics. I love brainstorming topics. But also, again, not just for me to sort of speak out into the void and to create these little videos and streams, but also with the Facebook group and our communities, right? We have this group coaching program that's going through, the highly bookable speaker process right now. And, just creating that community, creating those connections is a big part of this speaking business. So we are back. It has been, 8 minutes and 11 seconds, give or take, of my little mini rant on control what you can control. Operate if speaking is your goal to get rich, then, and you're looking at speaking as a business and you're looking at the risk reward. And that question about the Delta variant or about any other uncertainty is coming from that. Is speaking a viable business in today's day and age? It's impossible to answer that question unless I know who you are, right? And unless I know where your motivation is. If your goal is to get rich, it's not a viable business in any economy. If your goal is to get rich quick, right? In other words, if your goal is to find something easy, probably not the business in any economy. So, evaluate this business on one thing first, and that is, are you passionate about helping people? Are you passionate about sharing a message, sharing a story, sharing your wisdom, your insight, your life lessons, or even just coming alongside people, fellow humans, fellow flawed and broken individuals, not saying that you have all the answers, but you just have that desire to help, then you're going to make it work in a pandemic. You're going to make it work in an economic meltdown. You're going to make it work because it is serve before sell. So this is a lesson that has been beat into my head. I started my magic business pretty much right before, like a year or year and a half before 9/11. I started my speaking business during the economic meltdown of 2008, 2009. So, you know, these things, you know, they come and they go. Will your passion for the speaking industry wane? Will it go away? And again, if it's truly the desire to help people, then these are the times when people need the help the most. So that is that. You know, I know there's some wisdom here with these live streams and these YouTube videos, right? You create a YouTube video, 2 to 3 minutes, nice and short, to the point. You create a social media post, an Instagram video, short, sweet, to the point. You do a live stream, you're supposed to hang out, right? You're supposed to do this for an hour, 2 hours, get together, talk with people. You know, so I'm kind of in that middle zone right now. I'm creating content for YouTube, but I'm doing it via live stream. And I think what I'm going to end up doing, if I'm being honest, is chopping these videos up into shorter pieces. And perhaps that is the solution. All right. So I'm going to let you know a little bit about what I'm working on this week. Today, I have a highly bookable speaker group coaching program session. We're going to get together and brainstorm and workshop, I should say, and get people those marketing assets that they need to be highly bookable. And we create those real time together. And then I am following up. I had my speaking gig last week. I still have several follow-up steps to take. And this is a really important point, right? I'm speaking last week. Jesse's speaking last week, right? People are out there and they're speaking. And then we are proactively looking at more opportunities, right? So massive action is the cure for failure. It's not just about having passion for speaking. You've also got to take loads and loads of action to make it happen. So that's kind of what I'll be doing this week. Would love to hear from anyone. If you want to shoot me an email, tim@getspeakinggigs.com. Post a message in the Facebook group. I have commented below the link to that. And that is another great way for us to stay connected and stay not just the networking, but also the brainstorming and the masterminding piece, I think is really, really important. All right. Welcome back. It's a bit choppy. Got to knock the rust off a little bit from the live streaming hiatus, but life is back to some semblance of normalcy. The kids are back in school. The busy season of speaking is upon us, and I am certainly excited to be back here with you in the Get Speaking Gigs community. All right, we will, as always, speak soon.